So by definition, unaccompanied migrant minors are young people, children below the age of 18, who can be boys or girls, and they're moving. They're moving without their families, without either of their parents. They're also moving without anyone who is supposed to be taking care of them, either in the frame of the law or by custom. Unaccompanied minors are particularly prone to vulnerabilities and including exploitation, and they should at least on paper be protected by the provisions given by the UN Convention on the Rights of the Child. Unaccompanied migrant minors form part of the group of what we call children on the move. They can be moving voluntarily or involuntarily. They can be moving with or without their parents. They can be moving across borders or within countries, and they usually move for a variety of reasons. What is to consider is that unaccompanied migrant minors are particularly vulnerable. To give just two examples, in 2014, statistics speak of 28%, so nearly a third of all people who have been victims of trafficking in human beings have been children under the age of 18 and unaccompanied minors. A report that was just launched in the end of June of 2019 speaks of a child dying each day in migration between 2014 and 2018, and those are only those cases that are actually reported. The assumed numbers that are not reported are probably way higher, and this specifically in the Mediterranean context, which is the most lethal route for migration, including for children. We also need to consider that there are vulnerabilities once the children reach the country of destination, including in Malta. Examples are, for example, detention. Children are being incarcerated. Other examples could be the burdens that unaccompanied minors feel in terms of repaying the debt of the journey to their families or their communities, and paying remittances to their families in order to relieve them. In fact, there are many reasons for children, for young people to migrate, including unaccompanied. There are a lot of so-called push and pull factors. They could be economic reasons, access to education. They could be wars and conflicts. It could be domestic violence that they're fearing and experiencing. It could be cultural practices like female genital mutilation that they're running away from. Notwithstanding all this, there are also factors in terms of agency and resilience. So there is scientific proof that migrant children, especially unaccompanied minors, have high levels of resilience. And especially in the country of destination, you can see that considering the journey that these children have undertaken, that there are high levels of agency. Perhaps important to mention are also political challenges. There's a strong lack of policy coherence when it comes to unaccompanied migrant minors. They're not being taken into full account when it comes to laws, policies and practices in regards to children's rights. On the other hand, the same laws, policies and practices that are dealing with migration often do not take children into the account to the extent they should be. When we look at the implementation of the UN Convention of the Rights of the Child, for example, we see that in practice at the country of destination, but also transit and even origin, many times children's rights are being violated grossly and in a multifaceted way.